guys, so I'm here as promised at the Nairobi Bariatric Center for my gastric balloon, and I'll tell you why I'm getting it. And you know, guys, I've struggled with it and we are all so different, but I have another reason why I'm doing it. And there's a procedure to it. First, of course, is consultation with Dr. Shukna. She's going to guide me through to prepare me, because there's a lot involved. I have to be prepared psychologically, physically. It's a lot, and I can't wait for you to listen in and make the best choice for yourself. So here we are. Hi. Hi, Marty. How are you? I'm here. Oh,
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So, the first step, you'll have the consultation with the doctor first to be able to advise you, and then you'll have your blood work, and then you'll proceed to have the bowel purification.
Oh, wow.
So, please come.
Alright, so guys, I'm here with Anastasiya. This is the second time we are meeting, because I've made a few visits here, just to be sure to do my due diligence, of course, which you should as well. And she's gonna just like take us through and to understand what exactly is a gastric balloon procedure and why is it one of the best or the safest for weight loss. Anastasiya, say hello to my people.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nairobi Bariatric. So I'm Anastasiya, I'm the operations manager here. And basically, we have what a gastric balloon does. It's a silicone balloon that is inserted in your stomach. So it takes up space, meaning you cannot eat, the volume of your food decreases. You cannot eat physically more than a certain amount of food.
Okay.
That amount is 150 grams or 150 ml at a time. So, Kate, when you begin, it's very important for you to watch your portion sizes.
Yes, I'm so guilty. I love huge portions. Yes.
But of course, we're hungry,
Okay.
right? So as people, if you're hungry, you, it's hard for you to stop, right? And if you're not being conscious about the food that you're eating, the speed that you're eating, it's so easy to overeat. And that's why we're here actually, overeating and lack of conscious choices of the food that you're eating. So the two types of balloon that we have is the endoscopic balloon, which means you're put under, you go to sleep, and they insert through endoscopy, so through the mouth, this inflatable gastric balloon. Yes. The alternative is the swallowable pill. So you swallow the balloon, and it's just pill size, around this big, and it comes into your stomach. There's no anesthesia there, and they fill the water, so it's filled with a saline solution that is there's no chemical, there's no toxin, there's nothing that is harmful for your body. Now some people ask, what is the chances that the balloon will burst?
Yeah.
Practically zero, but it does not happen. So the swallowable balloon, after about 3 months, there's a ceiling on the top that starts to come undone. And it shrinks, actually, it starts to disintegrate and shrinks down to the same size of the capsule that was there initially. And you simply pass it through your digestion. So pros and cons of the two is that the endoscopic one is, the pro, it stays for longer, for 8 months. Another pro, it's cheaper. It's 350,000. The idea is the exact same. The same thing, whether it's the endoscopic one or the swallowable one. The mechanism remains that it's just this balloon that takes up space in your stomach. The swallowable one benefit is that there's no anesthesia, so you just swallow, and you don't need anesthesia to remove it. It just passes naturally.
All right. So comparing the two, does that mean like when you use the silicone one, you will lose more because you have it longer?
So so they're both made of silicone. They're both, the function is the same. I think it depends on each person. So studies showed that roughly around month 4 or 5, you do stop your weight loss. So that's why actually the swallowable one has been made for that amount of time. But essentially, the money factor is a very important one to consider. So if the function is the same, if one is 350 and another is 500,000, but the function is practically the same, it makes one think.
All right, what are some of the side effects? Because people are like, I have something foreign in my body.
Yeah.
So what should I watch out for?
So what we try to do is prepare you for the worst case scenario. Okay.
Yeah.
So commonly, because this is something new that's introduced to your body, commonly you can experience nausea, some cramps, vomiting. Those are the three most, but the first 3 days, and anyone you ask will tell you, the first 3 days are really the ones that are hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to scare you a little bit so that when you get there, you won't be won't be worried that this is happening.
Okay.
But we do provide support.
Okay.
So for the 3 days that are the difficult days, you receive IV fluids for rehydration and painkillers.
Okay.
And I'll take you to the room where we do these. So we do it in-house. After you have the insertion, you'll come here to continue your IV fluids. Really, it depends on your pain tolerance.
Right.
If you're quite pain tolerant, it's okay.
Okay. If it's not, is it worse than labor?
I've never been in
I don't think it's worse than labor. I think it's good. I think I'm good.
Probably.
Okay.
I would assume it's not.
All right. What drew me really to this was the fact that it's not really a quick fix, because you guys really emphasize on psychotherapy, you have a nutritionist on board, so that someone doesn't think, I'm going to fix this, and then because you will gain the weight back if you don't, control the way you eat and your behavior towards food. Can you explain more on that? Because people think, oh, that's what I can do. Okay, fine, I'm going to get the money, I have the money, I'm going to lose the weight, and that's it.
Right. So this is definitely, we work here as a lifestyle change.
Yes.
And definitely you cannot talk about a physical change if you don't talk about the mental change. So we have a program which you will be joining.
Yes.
The Psychotherapy for Eating Habits program. And it was developed by a team of psychologists in Ukraine. Okay. So we're actually a Ukraine origin company, but we moved to Kenya and been here for the past 20 plus years.
Okay.
Yeah, so this idea is to examine your relationship with food.
Okay.
So why do you eat the way you eat? It's a 12-week program. It's at 56,000. But the idea is you have group therapy, group sessions with other people who are going through the same as you, and the Dr. Shukina, who's our psychotherapist. Yeah. And every week you have a little bit like school. You do have to prepare. Yeah. Every week you go through a certain topic, like your childhood. Did you know that your childhood influences how you eat to today? And for the rest of your life, and your children. Yeah. Because how many times you have a plate full of food and your mom says, you have to finish this plate?
Yeah, sure. Oh, that, in every African home.
Right.
Yeah.
And that creates this overeating that we're talking about. Because you see the plate and in your mind, right? Subconsciously you're thinking,
I need to finish
it. Yeah. So every week you talk about different topics. So this is the 12 weeks. And we aim to target both factors, not just the physical restriction, but also your mental state and your mental attitude towards food.
Okay. So the main reason why most of us are obese, and I know there are so many levels to being obese, is because of our relationship with food. That's it.
Yes.
Are there any other factors that could lead to, being obese?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, genetic factors do play a role.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you have social factors, so your environment, your setting, environmental factors. There's so many things that lead to you being overweight or obese. So it's not that, some people say, oh, you're just eating too much, stop eating and you'll lose weight. Yeah. But that's not the case. And actually, if somebody has so much extra weight, you're actually discouraged from exercising or doing any physical activity because, do you understand the pressure on your joints, on your knees, on your hips, on your back? Anybody who has extra weight, if they don't have pain today, they will get pain eventually, simply because our bodies are not built to sustain these huge amounts of weight. So you're pregnant, right? And you carry this amount with you. Yeah. But imagine if you've added all those kilos on your body constantly. Can you imagine if you're jumping? Your knees are not meant to sustain that kind of stress.
All right, so there's a lot of misconception, like if you're obese, the first place you run to is the gym.
Right.
So that's not the first place you run to.
Of course, exercise is important, but you have to be gentle with yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even if you do go to the gym, I mean, everything that we do here is in conjunction with lifestyle change, leading a healthy lifestyle, and exercise is an important part of that.
Yeah.
But we cannot think that let's exercise, all I have to do is exercise, especially if someone has a lot of extra weight. They can't. They will get pains.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's important that even if you're exercising, if you have extra weight, you're still being gentle on your knees, on your back, on your hips.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know there's another one apart from the gastric balloon that you guys have, do, and I've seen it on Instagram. The doctor's performing the procedure, the gastric sleeve. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know maybe there are followers who would want that one, who are a bit more on the higher side, or I don't know what you call it.
BMI, yeah.
It's quite high.
Of course.
Can you touch on it a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
So if somebody has a BMI, body mass index, which is what we're going to measure with you, but it's a ratio of your weight and your height.
Okay.
And that's used as WHO uses it as a baseline factor to verify where you are on the scale from underweight to extreme obese.
Okay.
Yeah. So if somebody falls under the category with a BMI above 35, they're considered a candidate for bariatric surgery.
Okay.
Or BMI of 30 but with comorbidities, so sicknesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, infertility, sleep apnea, high cholesterol, knee pain, joints pain. So obesity is the cause of 60 plus diseases.
It's true.
So we have to remember that extra weight is not just a cosmetic. Some might think this is not a cosmetic procedure at all.
Okay.
We are handling health. That's where the base factor is. So for somebody with those parameters, with 30 with comorbidities BMI, or 35 and above without comorbidities, is already a candidate for bariatric surgery.
Okay, and that's the sleeve.
So that's two. We have the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass.
Oh.
Now, the gastric sleeve is a procedure where your stomach is simply cut. So the size of your stomach is decreased.
Okay.
It's a permanent procedure, so your volume actually cannot, you are limited to a certain amount of volume that you can eat. So like what you're doing now, you're going to have the gastric balloon. It takes up space.
Okay.
Yeah, so you cannot eat. But here, the balloon is temporary. It's not surgical. But the bariatric surgery, now the gastric sleeve, it's surgical. The volume of your stomach is decreased, which means that this is actually long-term. For people who are unable to maintain also mentally, keep track, or if they've already tried everything there is under the sun. And we do not recommend bariatric surgery just like that.
Okay.
It really is for people who've tried to lose weight, who have extra diseases like diabetes.
Okay.
And by the way, following bariatric surgery, 80% of diabetes is cured.
Okay.
So many diseases are cured with weight loss. And that's what we're actually, so that's the sleeve and the gastric bypass, which is where your stomach is, a small pouch is created. Your stomach, it remains, there's nothing removed. It's just that the larger part of your stomach is disconnected from a top little pouch that's made. And the small intestine, lower down in your digestion, is connected to this pouch. What does this do? This means that first, it's restrictive, so the volume is smaller, but at the same time, it's malabsorptive, meaning that you will not be absorbing calories the same way you would be before, which means that the weight loss is long-term, sustained, and actually we have some studies, this has already been done for 20 plus years, these surgeries. So long-term studies tracking patients have seen that these are really like very, very effective procedures in maintaining long-term, losing and maintaining long-term the weight. So, I mean, you might ask about some side effects.
Yes, definitely. I was asking, like, what do I watch out for?
I mean, with the gastric sleeve, some common side effects are acid reflux.
Okay.
So, of course, the conversation is between the surgeon and the patient. But the decision usually, the surgeon usually, I mean, it depends, but usually we go for the gastric bypass simply because there's less side effects than with the sleeve, and the weight is sustainable long term. Now, can you regain weight? Yes. Why? Because of snacking. The main reason why people regain weight following a bariatric surgery is that they snack a lot on high calorie foods like nuts or chocolate or like ice cream. You eat it and it's like water, so it
Yeah.
passes through much easier because your volume is still small.
Yeah.
So high calorie foods, and you eat frequently, you can regain. That's why here it is still, we talk about psychotherapy because it's a lifestyle change.
Okay.
It's not just that we've altered something about you, it's really that this is a new lease on life. This is where you change how you live, your relationship with food, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So much information. I don't know, guys. I think I am ready. I think it's been a long time coming, but I had to do my homework. I've been here, I think, like 10 times to try to get information as much as I can before I come to you guys, and we're going to do it together. You can use me as your guinea pig, and I'm going to take you through the process day by day to tell you how I'm doing, to show you how it's done, and all the questions. You can feel free to reach out to me, to reach out to Anastasiya through my Bariatric page on Instagram.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna get started. The first step is, of course, consulting, and that's why I'm here, and I've been here, and I've talked to Dr. Shukna about, the whole process. She's been so helpful to prepare me mentally. And then there's this process that is so important, so important. I'm so excited about it because I think I need this. I've stuffed myself so much crap. I think I need it. Maybe Anastasia can just explain the process, the bowel irrigation process.
Sure. So this is our home kit. We do the bowel irrigation here in the clinic, but also you can take this home.
Oh, okay.
It's only 9,500. So essentially, the process is that you have solution that is mixed in 6 liters of water. This is it right here. So it's basically salts and minerals. The idea is that it's the same concentration as your blood, where when you're drinking this water, it doesn't get absorbed by your body, but it just passes through your digestion.
Okay.
So people know colon irrigation, right? Colon irrigation is just a small section of your digestion. It's just the large intestine. A very small section where externally it's invasive, where it can reach.
Yeah.
This is simply water that you're drinking.
Okay.
You're drinking it, and at the end, you pass out just clear water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It takes 3 to 4 hours. So it's not days, it's not nothing. 3 to 4 hours, you drink the water, you pass until there's only clear water coming out. So it's basically, if you imagine like pipes,
Okay.
and you have gunk stuck in the pipes, you're just washing out the pipe
Okay.
from your mouth until your anus, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Then you have this called smecta. It's a sorbet. It's used to absorb any toxins that you may have. So this comes afterwards, after you're done drinking. Then we have a herbal tea in case of any inflammation. Herbal tea is fantastic for you at any time. So this is just a herbal tea that comes in the packet. And then the final step is a probiotic. So this probiotic, because you've washed out everything from your digestive system, simply water has come out.
Okay.
This is meant to stimulate the production of good gut bacteria.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take your probiotic, you will sleep, you rest for 45 minutes, take your time. Tomorrow's going to be a big day, so you'll have to gather your energy.
Yeah.
And then you'll eat some fruits.
Okay.
And we encourage you to then eat fruits and vegetables for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Now, the frequency of how often you can do this depends on person to person.
Okay.
So depending on how your digestion is, do you have constipation, are you bloated, allergies, problems with your skin,
Yeah.
whatever that you might feel there's some, some issues with your digestion, this is fantastic. To start afresh, it's like you've turned a new leaf in your digestion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited to start. Let's do this. Hi guys, so I'm at this cozy section, the chill spot, before I get my bowel irrigation. And this is Nurse Eva. She's the Gastric Balloon nurse. So we are here, Eva. Nimekuja mara mingi. Finally. Finally finally make decision. Na leo baka speech tumbo. I'm just like leo mnaweza na kitu
Feel free.
All right, so maybe you can take us through kila mtu mzee balloon inakaje, unaekaje na hii bowel. Unajua mtu akisikia bowel irrigation sema huyo ile kuhara anaenda kuhara huyo. Hata amka. Just take us through that.
Okay. So before I take you through the balloon, I'll take you through the bowel irrigation.
Okay.
So what it does mainly is just we are cleansing your gut system. We're making sure by the time when you're going for the insertion, you are you have a clean system as you go through it.
Okay.
So what we do is we give you an oral solution. It will be taken for a period of 3 hours.
Okay.
And it's 6 liters. Sounds like a lot.
Oh, so nakunywa.
So you'll just be drinking it, and then after 1 hour you'll start feeling the bowel movements, like going to the washroom.
Okay.
So you'll go for the number 2 for maybe a period of 2 hours, and then even towards the end you might find even there's no color in it. It's clear because everything is now out of your system.
Okay.
And then after that we give you a medication to reduce the movements, because while you're going sometimes you might feel every 15 minutes you need to go to the washroom. So we need to give you a medication to stop it, to get it back to normal, so that by the time you're going home you're not parking and then you want to rush back upstairs.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And then finally we give you a probiotic. Probiotics are very beneficial for women especially because it helps you rebuild the microorganisms that are good for your metabolism and then also for your genital system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's why people are drinking that naturally. When you like the probiotic?
The yogurt.
The yogurt. There's another one people take in the morning. Okay, I'll remember it.
Yeah. So even for daily use, we recommend if you want to have probiotics every day, you can have a probiotic pill every day. If you don't do that, yogurt is also recommended.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. That's all for the bowel irrigation.
All right. And for I think now they want to see the silicone balloon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the kit comes with a number of things. So the first thing is the balloon itself. It comes in a very small capsule because you have to swallow it.
You know, when it comes to your health, you'll do anything, yeah?
Yes, it's very important.
It's important, and if there's a solution, because if you think about it, hizo diets zote umefanya cost how much if you think about it.
Yeah.
And all the diets, all the things that you've been doing to lose the weight, and it comes back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean this one won't come if you don't follow the process and take your classes seriously, the psychotherapy classes, and the nutritionist guidance and on how you should eat and your behavior with food, you're gonna gain the weight back and you lose your money.
Yeah. So unfortunately I can't open it because the doctor is going to open it tomorrow during your insertion. So this is basically what it looks like. It's a very small pill that you just swallow that has a string attached to it. The string is for now the water to be pushed through into the balloon.
Okay.
Yeah. And then of course that's the size is determined by what the doctor sees during your x-ray. And then this is just a card where we'll fill in the details of the doctor, so that in case you're ever having any challenges while you have the balloon, then you can be able to call either the doctor or us at the clinic to help you. And the second part, this is the filler kit. This is just what the doctor now uses for putting the fluid into the balloon itself.
Okay. Now there's like the castration
yeah, the pump as well, because there's a pump where they have to push the water through with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel the water going in?
No.
Oh,
because it's going through the string.
Oh,
what you might feel is now utaanza kusikia ni kama umeshiba. Because the balloon is filling up space in your stomach.
Alright.
Yeah. And then we have a smartwatch. This one now is connected to the scale and also to a cloud account that we create for you. So what the watch does is it checks things like it has a pedometer and then also connects to the scale, so that when you measure yourself you're able to see what your weight is. So this is what it looks like.
Okay. Can show it to them. Okay.
Yeah. What we advise is you take your weight once a month rather than every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because let's say for example, like if this was April and you measured yourself before Easter, a few days after Easter you might have gained a bit because you went on holiday. Then you're like, lakini nimegain.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so cumulatively at the end of the month is the best time to take your weight measurement. And then finally we have the weighing scale.
Okay.
So this is a digital scale. Every time we measure, it uploads the information to the cloud. So you have access to the cloud account. We also have access to the cloud account. So we can be able to track your progress together with you. So if there's something that's going wrong and we've noticed maybe this month you've not lost as much weight, then of course we'll have to give you a call and find out, okay, is it how you're eating? Is it exercise? Yeah.
How much with the balloon? on after maybe, let's say, a few weeks after it has settled and stuff like that,
Yeah.
how soon do I resume my exercise or my gym? Can I lift? Because sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
I understand like when you're losing weight, because it's a lot of weight, I don't want to have sagging skin, because I've seen people going through such procedures and they look like, you know, they have sagging skin, you change a lot, you know,
Yeah.
your face kind of, you look older. How do I avoid that? And how soon can I resume to my, maybe my heavy lifting, weightlifting?
What I'd say, the first month is do light exercises like walking.
Okay.
You're going to have to avoid things like burpees, things like crunches. So as soon as the first month is over, you can get back to exercising. Try not to do too heavy.
Okay.
Like if you feel like it's too much on you, already it's too much on the balloon. So just start lightly, like beginner level.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So
Let's do this.
I'm with Jerry, the nutritionist, who's going to be guiding me on what to eat, what to, or not to eat, mostly, and to just guide me through the journey. As I'm feeling a bit dizzy because of the bowel irrigation, and I'm so hungry. Okay, Jerry, in school?
Can I have fruits after this?
Okay, fruits. Just even smell. Anyway, so just explain to us, like, what is your role in this whole process, and why is it important to have a nutritionist?
So my role here will be to offer support, because you do need a lot of support when you're going through this. You need guidance, you need to know what to eat, what not to eat, what amounts are right, which ones are not okay, and for this to work, even after the balloon, these are habits you need to build now when you have the balloon, so that even after the balloon, you stick to what you learned during the balloon. Because we don't want you going back to your original weight. Yeah, we want you to keep healthy, keep doing the right things. So mostly the balloon period is going to help you cultivate those habits, yeah, that are going to take you through now for the rest of your life. So it becomes more like a lifestyle for you. Yeah. So now I don't call it suffering through it, but you go through it, the process for those like 6 months. And after the 6 months, it's like you just go on with your normal life, now knowing better, being more conscious of what you're eating and how much you're eating, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and finding the perfect balance between the good stuff, the not so good stuff, because nothing is restricted.
Oh, there's no restriction?
No, maybe for that first month.
Okay.
And then after that, now, you come up with a balance for yourself. You're very conscious about what you're eating and how much.
Okay. So it's the portion
It's the
control.
portion control.
Okay.
Yeah, and more conscious about what is this I'm eating, you know?
Because it can be portion control, but there's ice cream, there's
Yeah,
chocolate,
exactly.
which is not good for you anyways.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what the balloon does, and that's why I'm there to guide you through that whole process about your diet. Yeah. So yeah, I guess
All right, Jerry, let me ask you. Oh, Jerry, I'm Mama Jerry. We see a lot of people, especially those who are like, let's say, a bit extremely obese, and there's a misconception out there is that the first thing you run to is the gym. And especially women, if you can speak to women and those who are able to afford this process, why would you advise them to come get it and not like spend their money on this facade diet and exercises?
So first of all, the reason why we don't encourage the fad diets is because of sustainability. You know, you're not looking for a short-term what is it? A short-term
You're fixed.
it's
fix.
not a quick fix, because you're not only looking at your body and what you look like, it's also your health, you know. So you might do a fat diet for a month or 2. Yes, fine, you will lose weight, but then you're not able to stick to that diet.
It all comes back.
It all comes back.
So you had fat diets and not They don't work. They don't. I know they don't, because you gain it all back. And also there's this thing, you are consistent and you're going to the gym, and then when you stop going to the gym, why do you gain all the way back?
Because what have you been eating when you're going to the gym? You know, the gym is only like very small percentage of your weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So you really need to check your eating, your habits. So it really depends on what you've been eating when you're going to the gym. You know, yeah, it can't be you're eating all the wrong things but still going to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you need to eat better and still work out, and that will be better for you. It will be more sustainable.
Okay, so the gym will just help you, like, shape your body, turn your body better. So you can assume like you'll be doing the gym and eating whatever you want.
No.
It's 80% what you put into your stomach.
Exactly.
And portion control.
Yes, that's what
Wow.
you need.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share? Maybe the challenges that you face with clients who come here after getting the balloon.
So it's like what they tell me. It's like learning to eat again. Yeah, now eating becomes a whole affair. You see, like how you sit down and you're on your phone but you're eating.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
You concentrate.
You concentrate on your food. The texture of your food, how much of it you are eating, the intervals between each spoonful, how much is it on the spoon.
Wow.
Yeah, and how long you're chewing for.
Should you chew longer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Why?
Because now with the balloon, it takes up space in your stomach.
So you need to grind.
You need to grind it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't, then there's gas, there's discomfort. You'll actually feel it.
You learn.
No,
It's not the best
you
one.
learn. Also, the best part is it's not a lot of food. 150 ml, that's very little food.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
nakula 150. Oh my God.
But the
Okay.
beauty of it, you're not hungry.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
It's not like you're starving yourself.
Alright.
No, you're not even hungry.
Alright.
So you just need to take that 150, take time with it. Yeah. And after that 1 month, we just start with some clear soups. Then we go on to a full liquid diet. That's where the smoothies come in, the uji, the soups, then our creamy soups. And then we move on to like mashed food.
Okay.
Like that third week, move on to mashed food. So the mashed potatoes, puree diet. So it's like blending the food.
Okay. Alright. I'm a bit anxious, so I'll be asking you so many questions because I need to know. And I need to learn, and I can't wait to go through the process. I can't wait to do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm also quite excited.
Yeah.
And we're here to offer support.
Thank
Like
you so
anything you need, anytime.
Thank you.
Shoot a text. Be like, oh my God, can I eat this?
Okay.
Be like, okay, no, maybe not that. Try this.
Alright.
You know?
Okay.
Or
Okay.
like, yes, you're doing very nice. Keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jerry.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, and I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice to meet
guys.
you too.
Tell me when matunda. Nasikia kufaint. Alright. Hi guys, I swallowed the capsule. I swallowed the balloon. It comes in a capsule and they fill it up with water. If you've been watching my stories, you've seen my Insta stories. The process, I had like 2 attempts, but I managed. And then they fill it up with water. It's not water, saline solution, something like that. I'm not a medic. But they did, and now I'm here, I'm resting. So they're gonna put me on IV because I need to hydrate as much as I can, because sometimes you're not able to do it yourself because you're just because of nausea. So I can't eat for now. I'll be on fluids, juices, bone soup, a lot of water, at least for the next 3 days. Yeah, so that's, but you don't feel hungry right now. Oh, how am I feeling? I can't remember the last time I ate like this. Maybe tukiushago tukienda harusi ya wenyewe. I feel so full, like I feel like mpaka chakula iko hapa. I feel super full and it's a bit uncomfortable. Some discomfort, but that's all about it, nothing more. So yeah, I'll keep updating you, keep following on Insta stories, and of course I'm preparing the video for you if you haven't seen it by now. Okay?